here is what we know right now. Police say that off-duty police officer was wearing plain clothes and got into a minor vehicle accident right near 49th and Mill Road while on his way to work.
Police say he and the other driver got out of their vehicles to assess the damage, and that's when the chief says the other driver pulled a gun.
That subject proceeded to strike the off-duty officer in the face with his firearm. The off-duty officer drew his department-issued firearm, and the two individuals exchanged gunfire, and the subject was struck.
Well, we've all heard that story. He was a good kid. He always played. He lit up the room when he came in. He gave his life to Jesus. He always come down to my house and eat. Such a pleasant young man. He used to mow my grass all the time.
Elijah's a very soft-spoken, well-mannered person. Good energy, outgoing, all about family and friends.
There ain't no way he would ever do something like this. The police are lying. They need to be more transparent.
No, they're not telling the truth. That story they posted is not the truth. Quiet, not the truth.
Y'all want to hear the real truth? Good day, my American and fellow brothers and sisters. Welcome to the channel. I am Ty Smith. You watch my channel, Modern Renaissance Man. And I want you guys to follow me on the platforms that you see above. Follow me on the platforms below. Click this because it helps me. Thank you very much. If and when you do subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification that will bring down a drop box for you to select all notifications. Do not forget to check out the other channel called Man, Husband, Father, and everything I ask you to do on this channel. Make sure you do over there. So, ladies and gentlemen, you guys all saw the intro to this. And, you already know how you know what I'm going to do, right? Most of you, well, then again, some of you may not know what I'm going to do because I can easily flip and change things up when you're on the drop of a dime. But ladies and gentlemen, what are we going to do here? What are we doing here? We have this story that came to me about a young man that was shot by an off-duty police officer when gunfire was exchanged. And I was told by some people, hey, I mean, basically, won't you check this out? You never seen it want to put the police in their place. Look at this story right here. So let me tell you something. I did go and read the article, and I can understand how. And it was an accident between two individuals, one being a man, one being another man. Neither man, except for the cop who turned out to be a man, dressed in plain clothes, knew that the other guy was a cop. So the story goes that the black guy, fired at the off-duty officer. The off-duty returned fire. That was the story. All of a sudden, there's lying going on. I heard this. I saw that. There was no other shooting. The only person that shot the gun was the police. He killed the boy in cold blood. You know what? I'll let y'all hear it. Check it out.
The subject, a 26-year-old male, was pronounced deceased at the scene.
Relatives identified the man who died as Elijah Wilkes. That family shared this photo with 12 News. The officer who went to a hospital is on administrative leave. The police chief said he's watched video of the incident, and police policy requires the chief present that video to Wilkes' family in 2 days and to the public in 15.
The police union president releasing a statement after visiting the officer in the hospital. It reads in part, quote, "Our officer did exactly what any well-trained officer would do. He fought to survive." 12 News' Hannah Hilliard is joining us live right near the scene.
And Hannah, Wilkes' family is disputing the chief's account of what happened.
Oh, right, Derek and Deanna. So the family says that Wilkes was actually on his way to a funeral when this all occurred here this morning. Family and friends rushing to the scene out here, confused and upset with what police say transpired right here along busy Mill Road. Dozens of close friends and family of this man, 26-year-old Elijah Wilkes, gathered along an active police scene Thursday after learning an off-duty officer shot and killed their loved one following a chaotic chain of events.
Elijah's a very soft-spoken, well-mannered person. Good energy, outgoing, all about family and friends, not in the streets at all.
Police say a minor crash led to an altercation between Wilkes and the plainclothed officer, which escalated to a shootout. Wilkes' friends told 12 News they are not aware of him having a gun and dispute the information from police.
No, they're not telling the truth. That story they posted is not the truth. Quiet, not the truth at all.
One witness who did not want to be identified told our James Stratton he heard an exchange of gunfire.
It was definitely a momentary pause between one gunshot and the return gunshots.
So you believe there were two separate guns?
Yeah, absolutely. while a second witness told me a different version.
They said that there was an exchange of gunfire. Did you ever see?
I heard one gun. I didn't hear two different type of gunshots.
The chief says per department policy, they will show the video they've obtained to the family within 48 hours. In the meantime, Wilkes' family and friends sharing their heartbreak.
He was a very good friend of my daughter's. Was at my mom's house on a daily basis, eating with us and everything. And to know that he's lying down there in that street right now, I'm just heartbroken.
And Hannah, the officers on administrative duty.
Oh, right. So that officer with 21 years of experience on the Milwaukee Police Department is on administrative duty, which is Milwaukee Police protocol in situations like this. We also know that the West Dallas Police Department will be the ones to take the lead on this investigation.
Hannah Hilliard reporting live for us.
Right? Y'all saw all that. You heard all that, right? You heard all that. Well, guess what? Body cam has been released to the family. Remember, we won't be able to see it for 15 days after this happened. So you're talking about a good, 13 more days before we may see the body cam footage. But guess what? They showed the body cam footage to the family out of transparency. Y'all want this update? I bet you do.
All right, good afternoon. I'm attorney Biavri Lamar. I represent the family of Elijah Wilkes. I am here with the family, community advocates, supporters, and also his mother. Pamela Bond Slater. Obviously, this is a very tragic situation that this family has to now endure. Obviously, the grieving process is going to take some time to reconcile all of the mix of emotions, seeing as though this just happened yesterday. But I want to provide an update. I think some of my remarks as it relates to our investigation of a civil rights matter somewhat unique. We've had the occasion today to meet with the Milwaukee Police Department. We have had an opportunity to review the video that Chief Norman spoke of yesterday. And I want to first thank the city of Milwaukee, the police department. They have been very accommodating. Many times in these situations, we often ask for transparency. Many times we have press conferences like this one, and we are demanding the video and, trying to get an understanding of actually what took place. And on this occasion, I want to thank the city of Milwaukee, the police department, Detective Harms, and that team there for the transparency that they have provided this family. I will say that we have been in contact with several witnesses who have seen what transpired yesterday. So I want to thank the community for reaching out, providing information that helps the healing process for this family so that they can, in fact, get answers. There have been videos that have also been provided to this family. And again, we thank the community for assisting the family in this way. But today I want to now take this moment to address what we did see. And again, this is something that oftentimes I don't think I've ever come before and did a press conference and said this, but we will acknowledge that we do believe that this officer-involved shooting was justified. What took place yesterday is the video that will be released by statute within the next 15 days. It's going to show that Elijah was coming up almost 47th and Mill Road, and there was a construction area in which he was trying to get into the left lane, and he kind of aggressively maneuvered into this left lane and essentially cut off the off-duty officer at that point. Obviously, the officer said some words that you're going to ultimately hear on the body cam. And that caused a slight collision in which the officer's vehicle collided with that of Elijah's. After they kind of got past the construction site, what we saw today was Elijah pulled over. The off-duty officer followed right behind. Elijah did get out of his vehicle, as did the off-duty officer. Elijah did kind of point to the front end of the off-duty officer's vehicle, kind of alleging that you hit me and caused some type of property damage to the vehicle. And what we see next on the video is that Elijah did have a firearm. He does pull it out, and the video in which myself and his mother Pam did watch today is he does slap the off-duty officer with the firearm. After which the video does depict Elijah pointing the firearm at the off-duty officer, and the off-duty officer did respond what we believe in accordance with his training and did fire off several shots. Elijah then kind of is now running over to like the front of his vehicle at this time. And you see on the video that Elijah ultimately kind of pops up on the other side of the vehicle. At that point, there's another barrage of gunshots fired by the off-duty officer at that time. So, in sum, we do believe that the shooting, it was unfortunate, it was tragic. The loss of any life, we hope is preventable. But this family stands before you today acknowledging the officer's actions. And our hearts and our prayers go out to the off-duty officer's family as well. I'm sure that he's going through a healing process. We assume that that was very tragic for him as well. This city needs to heal. Elijah was just 26 years old. And we have to be responsible for decisions that we make. We believe that Elijah did not know that this individual he was coming in contact with was an off-duty officer. But in any event, we want to be cognizant of our actions and not resort to firearms, violence, aggression. So again, that is what our sentiment is today. It's unusual. I do again want to thank the city of Milwaukee and all of the advocates, this community, for getting in place the new SOP, which now provides for provides for families to have access to the video within 48 hours. Again, we got it in 24 in this situation, so we're thankful for that. We have asked for privacy in that the video is not released until closer to the 15-day mark so that this family has an opportunity to grieve and to heal. We assume that the investigation is still ongoing, so of course we are reporting based on the facts that we had available to us today. But should there be any new information that comes forward, we'll respond accordingly. But that is what our investigation yielded from our own personal investigation and that of the city of Milwaukee, which again, we're thankful for. With that, I think it's important to humanize who Elijah Wilkes was. Now, we acknowledge that he made a bad decision yesterday, and unfortunately, it came with dire consequences. But we do ask for, the family's privacy and respect while they are going through this grieving process. So we would ask for the community to please consider that and be empathetic to this family as they do grieve. With that, I will allow members of the family to speak as to who Elijah was and any personal feelings that they have. Then I'll come back and answer any questions that you members of the media have at this time.
First, I want to acknowledge that his mom did see the video, just like Attorney Biavri said. She saw it twice, and she is in agreement with what happened. I would also like to thank the Milwaukee Police Department for their transparency and their professionalism in handling this matter. I would also like to say that we don't know what happened. We don't know why Elijah made the call that he made, but that's not part of his character. Elijah, he was a son. He was the only son. and he was a good-hearted person. Again, like B. Ivory said, we got to take this tragedy and look at it as a whole. A lot of times we see road rage in our community, but it just hit home this time for us. And I think we all can learn something from what happened today. And it could have been any one of us or any one of our kids, because we all are one seat away from making the wrong decision. So it's about thinking about our choices before we do something. And that's all I have to say.
I'm Elijah's sister. I really don't know what to say. That's my only sibling, my only brother. Like, my brother was all I got, for real. Like, that's my only sibling. And now he's gone, but my brother, man, like, I really don't even know what to say. But like, my brother, he wasn't, like, my brother don't even got a criminal background. Like, my brother was a good person. Everybody loved my brother. I don't know, I don't got much to say.
It was already said. I'm Pamela's sister. My name is Latrice Bell. My sister is definitely at rest with what occurred. Like our other sister stated, she did get a chance to watch the video twice. We're definitely sending our hearts out to the officer's family and himself, with recovering, because when something like that happens, you don't even know it's about to happen. So no matter what the officer was thinking or Elijah, you just don't know what to happen. And from the video that my sister saw, it just happened so fast, along with B. Ivory, Mr. B. Ivory. I mean, everything just happened so quick. We wish it wouldn't have transpired that way, and it did. And my nephew, he made a decision that he should not have made. And that's just something we have to live with. Him as a person, he was a son, a brother, a grandson, a nephew, a little brother to someone, my son, Jeffrey. A lot of times y'all hear about how good an individual was, but their actions don't depict who they were. But in this case, that's really who he was. That day, just a bad decision. And now we have to live with that forever. That's something we have to accept. We're going to accept. Again, we thank the Milwaukee Police Department, everyone who came out. We were seeing buying them out here, like the community really came out. We didn't want anyone to riot, get to, going off about anything. We just really wanted to know and keep things settled because, again, we are one community. We all need to join together at some point in time. And everything that's occurring around the city of Milwaukee, it has to change. So no matter if you have an encounter with a police officer or just a regular civilian on the street. At that time, I don't believe Elijah knew that it was a police officer, but whether it was or it wasn't, the encounter should have been different. Encounter should have been different out the gate. So with that being said, not only continue to pray over our family, his family as well. Again, we don't need anything else to come out of this. My sister, she's very satisfied with the outcome. They showed her. We're okay with that. That's what it is.
That the video is clear that Elijah at some point was clearly not a threat, and that at that point, based in training, there should be aid administered. Now, would that have made a difference in this situation? I'm not, I don't really think so. But we'll think that it's important that officers are mindful that if you do have to use deadly force, that per guidelines and SOPs, that you should administer aid.
And I guess at this point, with your involvement with this family, what's the briefing? Where do you go from here?
I don't think that, I think we will constantly monitor the investigation. I think that we've seen the pertinent parts. I don't see any claims being made at this time. I don't see any lawsuits or anything like that. in the foreseeable future. I think this is a very unique chance and opportunity for a family to stand before the city of Milwaukee and acknowledge what took place and take accountability for their loved one's actions. That's the same type of demeanor and conduct that we would expect the police department to also administer when their officer or employee is in the wrong. We would expect them to conduct themselves in a similar manner, just as this family has today.
Let me just say this. My condolences to that family. I know it's hard losing somebody. Y'all saw the video. And guys, do not think that you know your children. I raise my sons the best that I can. If something was to happen to my sons, yes, I know it's instantly for me to you and me both, parents of all, to go into defense mode to want to protect our child. It's natural for that. But once some evidence had been presented rather. Maybe he was a good kid in y'all presence, but outside these walls, like my son, my oldest one, he has his own place and everything. I don't know what he does outside these walls in his free time. Now, when he goes somewhere and he's about to do something, he usually let me know, Dad, I'm about to go here. My buddy's about to go here. We about to go here. But otherwise, between that, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he could do. Now, I can sit there and tell you guys all day long, that's not the boy that I raised that came out of my house. But at the same time, I'm not so stupid to think that my son won't do something that's out of a character. So remember all the video before? They lying. I don't think I heard any apology from that same. They lying. Like, I apologize, y'all. I was just in my emotions. Oh, nothing. Still the spirit and emotion of not being accountable. He's gone. He made a very bad decision. They saw it on camera. That's it. It surprised them too. A lot of emotions they're going to be going through. So yes, in your world, around y'all people, around y'all family, he may have lit up a room. He may have been so nice. He might have been so outgoing. He might have cut the grass and all that. But out there, when he's off by himself, that's also who he really is. It's just very unfortunate. Not all cops are bad. Try to hate on me for always exposing and bringing light to the darkness, exposing y'all to the truth. You mad at me because I showed you the truth. Don't try to conflict this and try to divert this and try but black people, you always black. No. Truth. Stick with truth. So long as you're not going to agree on truth, we'll be good. Screw all the race stuff. Truth. Anyway, y'all, let me know what y'all think about this by putting it in the comments below after this video. Do not forget to do what you see in the elements right here that will greatly help my channel. The next video that I will be doing after this one in chronological order will be that one up there. Things as of yesterday right here. If you have not subscribed, which I don't know why, click that. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, and I hope and pray that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothes. And most of all, I pray that every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.